we need to talk about economic systems. I'm going to talk about three of them here: feudalism, Marxism, and capitalism. All of them, from our purposes, have the most to do with who controls the means of production. Feudalism is like kings, warlords, old times, knights, that kind of a deal. It went on for a while and it still exists in some places. The idea is some strong man has gotten control of an area and he owns that area. He owns the means of production. So he controls the land and he controls the people who work the land. Serfs. Karl Marx wrote a book on another form of government. We call that Marxism. It includes communism and socialism and that kind of a deal. He claims in his book that his point was that the people should own the means of production. Where it does work is like a family. If you and your spouse have a bunch of kids, you don't want to raise them in a capitalist type model. You don't want to raise them in feudalism. You're basically raising them communist. You don't expect the children to have to produce their own food or make their own clothes or work for the family. You support them because you love them, because you're raising them up. You're trying to make them into good people. So it works great at that scale. If you have like a commune thing going on, it can work pretty good because at least you trust everybody. You don't have to love everybody there, but you have to trust that they're trying to work hard. If they're not trying to work hard and they're just kind of going along being a bit lazy, you can kick them out. But for a country, you don't have that option. If you were to essentially kick somebody out of the country, that really boils down to putting them in prison or just outright killing them. And you start getting a very bad reputation when you do that. So Marxism doesn't scale up well. The problem is no Marxism model has the people owning the means of the production. Governments own the means of production. And governments, they're governments. When they're at their best, they're inefficient. And when they're at the worst, well, they can be pretty bad. Marxism has been tried in the Soviet Union on a huge scale. It's been tried in lots of other countries at smaller scales. It's failing miserably for the people of Venezuela right now. It just plain doesn't work with human nature. It's not scalable. The final system we're going to talk about is capitalism. Now, capitalism doesn't sound all warm and fuzzy like Marxism sounds on first blush, but it actually is the very, very best system. Who owns the means of production in capitalism? Well, virtually anybody who would want to. You don't have to, you're not taxed into it. You don't have to own a part of a corporation because you're in the society. But if you choose to save your money and invest it in a big corporation, a publicly held corporation, you're going to start reaping the rewards of that corporation. Everybody has that option. And that's really what makes capitalism great. It's also great because the companies that need capital have a good source of capital. And if you look out throughout history, you can see that the number of people that live in absolute abject poverty has gone down really a lot. And it's mostly because of the capitalist system all over the world. The thing that makes capitalism really work is its scalability. You don't have to love everyone in the group. You don't even have to like them or trust them. What capitalism does for you is lets it scale beyond all those issues. So in feudalism, some strongman holds the means of production. In Marxism, the government holds the means of production, which kind of boils down to a strongman when you get right down to it. And in capitalism, anyone that wants to put capital in the system owns a bit of the means of production.